Before we entered, we were seniors. Right now, we are graduating seniors, and in a few minutes, when we walk out of these doors, we will be graduates. And to scare you a little bit, alumni. Mr. Brisk, before you ask for donations, please let me remind you we're poor alumni. For now. There we go. Okay. A word and definition changes in a second without a real physical change in us as we move our tassels from one side of our cap to the other. Our lives are lived in moments, not as labels. We are living our lives in this moment, not according to the definitions stuck on us by others or words we have attached to ourselves. I'd like to recommend some future words and labels for you to consider that will allow you to live in the moment and not be held back by the labels and words of the past. The first being laughter, but I'm only talking about the laughter that adds joy to a moment. The snickering, closed-mouth, air pressure-filled giggling that happens when we aren't supposed to be laughing. Or the surprised, open-mouth, loud laughter that makes your stomach hurt that comes from a shared joke between friends. For instance, the kind of laughter that you experience after a joke like this. Did you hear the one about the fire at the circus? It was intense. Okay. But I'd like to add the label laughter to our future lives because it helps us ease the pain of trials and can add comfort to a loss. My next recommendation for a future word is kind, whether it be grand gestures or sending people heart emoji. It is also a big word. Even though the word itself only has 4 letters, there are many forms of kindness. Kindness toward yourself, towards your friends and family, towards your community, towards the larger world, and towards a person who you don't know. Okay. It's bothering me. If used in a moment, it could possibly make all the difference in someone's life. If used toward yourself, it could give you the confidence to take labels that were previously stuck on you away. For instance, the class kindly allowed me to be the speaker today. In fact, they were so kind that I had the great privilege to spend 6 hours on the first draft. There's more. 1 hour with Miss Robbins, Miss Berdar, Miss Cornett, and Mr. Hansen after school last week just to review the first draft. Another hour and a half to revise it, 4 unresponded emails, and then another hour Thursday morning during the lock-in at 1 a.m. with Mr. Hansen, and then the final run-through and practice with Miss Cornett. Now I understand what the saying, killing someone with kindness means. The last word I'd like to have us remember is courage. But I like to think of courage as a verb. But Miss Robbins, who we all know is absolutely no fun, says that I can't do that. She's right there, by the way. Maya Angelou said, "Courage is the most important of the virtues, because without it, you can't practice any other virtue consistently." And I stand before you as an expert on courage. I am the man who had the courage to wear an inflatable tomato suit to school twice, to dress up as Montezuma at the University of Michigan, to dress as a female for an entire day, to dress as Effie from the Hunger Games, again, twice, and to repeatedly beg, implore, and plead with you to get at least one of you, okay, to help me with concessions. No one did. And I'm also the guy every Wednesday who stood up at morning meeting and told the joke of the week. And if you don't think that takes courage, here's another one of my bad jokes. Who can shave 25 times a day and still have a beard? Who? Say it. Thank you. A barber. Yeah. That's bad. But in all seriousness, we will need courage to be resilient when the lessons of adulthood meet us head on. We will need courage when tomorrow's uncertainty keeps us awake at night. You will need courage when your class votes you to give the graduation speech. But we will need courage not to laugh when the source of laughter is someone else. We will need courage to laugh in the face of trials and to help with the sting of heartbreak. And we will need courage to be kind. Kind to the person who we encounter who may be having a terrible day. Courage to be kind when it is difficult to return a kindness. Courage to be kind to ourselves when disappointment has us afraid to go on. Courage to be kind to the stranger on the street. Courage to be kind because in a second you might just change the world. To the graduates of 2016, use laughter, kindness, and courage to change the world. Thank you.
I'm shocked that there were jokes. Thank you, Will. Obinna Adams-Johns is the Music Award winner this year. Obinna will be performing Summertime by George Gershwin, accompanied by junior Ian Woods on bass and Doug Neal on the guitar. Thank you, Obina. It sounded wonderful. What a great sight. The class of 2016 poised to finish out their time here with a meaningful saunter across the stage in just a few minutes. I do have a few words for you scholars, but I would first like to address your teachers. Teachers, thank you for the great work with this group. Over the last month, we have been marveling at how far they have come. Their voices are stronger, their arguments richer, and their leadership style is taking shape. I hope you understand how important each of you has been to that growth. Teaching is the ultimate profession because it provides the gateway to all professions. When it is done well, it can change the world, and you all do it much better than well. The standards that you set and the excellence that you have nurtured has positioned these students for success well beyond Wellington. Very well done. Thank you, teachers. Students, as you excitedly look ahead and hear messages encouraging your next steps, I also ask that you ponder where you have been. Be sure to reflect on the work you have done and the strategies you have used to be successful, and show gratitude to those who have helped all along the way. We have seen great changes in each of you. You have found your voice, you have taken the reins to your path, and you have learned to lead. You are a unique group, truly owning your individuality and wearing it with pride. I respect that you have not been conformers, never pretending to be something you are not. You demonstrate what you value and encourage others to understand your perspective while also being open to differing views. Part of what initially drew me to Wellington was the awesome diversity of the student population. In an increasingly connected world, we are learning more and more about the ways in which being in a diverse environment is important for our overall growth. When you are confronted by someone who looks different, sounds different, or has different beliefs, your brain has to work extra hard, sometimes navigating what is called cognitive dissonance. You have to process information that might conflict with some preconceived notions. Perhaps there are some implicit biases or misinformation that can and should be adjusted to create a more well-rounded view of different people and different ideas. In these situations, your critical thinking improves, your empathy expands, and you gain heightened reasoning and communication capabilities. The outstanding diversity and individuality that you have all brought to the table helped us all become smarter. How cool is that? Sometimes we all fall into the easier, safer, less risky pattern of seeking out people and situations that are familiar or similar to us. Avoid that pattern when you move beyond Wellington. Without reaching into new areas and exploring new relationships, you are actually setting significant constraints on who you can become. Seniors, I cannot thank you enough for your role in helping to shape the upper school climate. You have stretched us in many new directions. Continue to write your own story, but always keep in mind that the world needs great collaborators too. You have done amazing things when you have worked together. School spirit is at an all-time high, and your deep commitment to service indicates that you have even more to contribute. Use your unique gifts and perspectives to make the world a better place. Leverage the power that you discovered here by being a part of this beautifully diverse community. I am comfortable setting you off into the world because you are prepared as thinkers, as willing learners, no longer content to let flippant or destructive ideas pass without proper challenge. Your voice is strong. Use it with care and empathy and make us proud. As I said the other night, you have meant a great deal to me as my first four-year class, and I believe in each and every one of you. I will miss you. I've actually never been here without you. But I cannot wait to see the great things you will do as you leave this place. You are ready. Congratulations, class of 2016. Mr. Brith.
Thank you, Dr. Terwin. As we prepare to give seniors their diplomas, I want to tell you about a tradition here at the Wellington School. When children of Wellington staff, or children of members of our Board of Trustees, or grandchildren of the school's founders receive their diplomas, the staff member, board member, or founder is invited to join us on the podium for the presentation of that student's diploma. By doing so, we honor the founders without whom there would be no Wellington. We honor our staff and faculty, who are the one essential ingredient of a great school. And finally, we honor our board members for the extraordinary commitment they make as they expend their time, their treasure, and their talent to make sure that the school will not only serve our current students, but also the grandchildren of our current students. Today we would like to honor outgoing board chair Nancy Kramer for her unprecedented commitment to the Wellington School. Years as board chair are likened to dog years. Every year seems like 7, and by that figuring, Nancy has passed the half-century mark as our board chair. While we thank her for her longevity, her 8 years as board chair, we thank her even more for her enthusiasm, her wisdom, her humor, and her plain good sense. She has been there in the school's best times as well as at its most difficult times that you may never have heard of. And personally, I would like to thank Nancy for the extraordinary partnership she has given to me. In honor of this and more, we present an honorary diploma to the newest member of the class of 2016, Nancy Kramer.
Wow, I am really excited. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rob.
And now we ask you for a donation.
Yeah, now a donation. Right. Well, Rob mentioned at the beginning that we have 19 lifers in this class, and I was going to say, even though I didn't go to school here, but now I have my own diploma, I kind of think of myself as a lifer. I came to Wellington in August of 1993 when my son Stefan Virag entered the school as a kindergartner, and subsequently his sisters Marika and Anna were also Wellington lifers. So as a parent, as a volunteer, as a trustee, and finally as the board chair, I've experienced and witnessed many changes at Wellington. From our physical space to our people to our curriculum and programming, I see Wellington in an ongoing change, in an ongoing state of change. It's really become part of our culture here, striving for improvement, always asking ourselves how we can do it better, how we can innovate, all for the purpose of providing students with a future-focused education we believe today's world demands. I've watched the school go through multiple renovations, adding new playing fields and tennis courts, with the new school opening in 2010 when this class was entering the 8th grade. We no longer use the building that my children went to lower school in, and we've come to, it will eventually go away completely. We continue to experiment with our classroom of the future, where there are rolling tables and chairs, shared screens, and rolling whiteboards, where we focus on collaborative space, which we've learned fosters more impactful learning. We are constantly evaluating the needs of our physical space, how it can be maximized in a way that helps our students explore their individual gifts. People. There are many familiar faculty and staff who were here 23 years ago, and many newer ones as well. In 23 years, we've brought on 2 new heads, with Rob joining us 9 years ago. We've been honored as a best place to work in Columbus for 4 years in a row, which really says a lot to the faculty and staff and the team here. But the change that I love the most was something that Jeff was just talking about, and it's the diversity of our students. In 1993, our student population was 17% diverse. 8 years ago, when I took over as board chair, 24% diverse. And today, it's over 40%. And although we have a lot of work to do as it relates to having our faculty and staff more closely mirror our student population, we're on our way to doing so. We believe diversity is one of our superpowers, and we highly value the way in which it makes the Wellington experience more authentic to our changing world, and therefore more valuable. And finally, our programming. Each year at All Things Wellington, where we share some of our school's curriculum and programming, without fail, I walk away amazed at the level of work being done by our students and faculty. From design thinking to independent science and humanities research to coding, programming, robotics, to mindset and well-being work, to the Wellington Student Engagement Index, just to name a few, the strength of our curriculum continues to grow to tap into that unique genius in every student. The last time my own children came to All Things Wellington, they marveled at how advanced the curriculum had become, rivaling what they were experiencing in college. And we are seeing tangible results. Our alums are out in the world engaged in a diverse set of professions, from entrepreneurs to doctors to professional race car drivers to inventors, nationally renowned psychologists, government leaders, teachers, athletic coaches, military leaders, professional chefs, and more. Our alums are doing everything from serving in public office to teaching design thinking in East Africa to proving Einstein's theory of relativity. It is amazing. As a mother of 3 lifers, as a business person, as a civic leader, I deeply, deeply believe in the mission of Wellington and the positive impact we will continue to have on our students. I'm incredibly proud to call myself a Wellington lifer. And no matter how long you've been with us, we want you to stay with us for the rest of your life. We want to watch how you change, you grow and innovate, and contribute to your communities in the world. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Wellington School, please accept our most sincere congratulations to the class of 2016. Congratulations.
Thank you, Nancy. Mr. Brisk, Ms. Nancy Kramer, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, we're going to read the names. Let's make sure this is all good. It's kind of important. It is my distinct privilege to present to you for graduation the members of the Wellington School Class of 2016. As your name is called, please come forward to receive your diploma. Now wait till we get it all sorted out. You guys can line up. Oh, yeah. Marcus Lloyd Adams. Obina Adams Johns. Sterling Richard Adiensing. Jordan Brenneman Ashby. Adorinsola Marufa Adekoja. Esau Princeton Ball. Nathaniel William Beam. Bakari Jahi Brown. Sarah Dorothy Brubaker. Rachel Marie Carr. Keela Ann Causey. I'll say it again. Keela Ann Causey. John Jonas Chester V. Quinn McKenna Coleman. Temadayo Folorenzo Dairo. Roth Wilhelm Dellendorf. Christopher Duty. Julia Ann Duran. Cameron Edmondson. Preston Fuller. Alexis Niku Hajarpour. Gwyneth Abigail Hughes. Mikhail Hunker. Madison Joe Heisdu. Chandler Henry Tyler James. Hallie Jefferson. Aria Kamian. Catherine Elizabeth Kennard. Zoe Kurtzis. Lucienne Christine Kirk. Huawei Liu. Abigail Christine Main. Sean Max Muir. Austin Michael Phillips. Reagan Lane Price. Evan Thomas Rogers. Ronald Joseph Sabatino. Sarah Louise Schmitz. Waymond Walter Smoot. Alexander Bridges Tanis. Paige Simone Taylor. William Vaughn Taylor. Francis Wiggins. Ted Wing. Jacob Martin Wabruck. Matthew Zinn. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Wellington graduating class of 2016. Graduates, you may be seated. I mean, is there anything more perfect than we now have a permanent reminder of this group? Well thrown, class of 2016. Whew. Now to introduce our Alumni Association speakers, our Preston Fuller and Reagan Price.
I would like to introduce my sister, Achi Fuller, from the graduating class of 2008.
And my sister, Chelsea Price, also from the graduating class of 2008. They will be speaking on behalf of the Alumni Association.
Faculty, family, friends, and the now graduated class of 2016, thank you for inviting me today to celebrate with you. When I was invited to speak today, I began to reflect on what has happened in the past 8 years since I last stood on this stage. I found myself looking back at the years I spent here, all the memories I've made. I find myself back here on a pretty regular basis since my mom, Mrs. Fuller, still teaches here, and I'm always welcome back with open arms. It amazes me that even as much as my life has changed here, it's always home. That's what makes Wellington so unique. We are all really more of a family. So many of the teachers that I had are still here teaching the next generation the same lessons that I learned. When I return, they always tell their students stories about when I was their age. Even Mrs. Zabo from when I was in kindergarten and my little tiny feet in saddle shoes. You can ask her about it sometime. Wellington is always somewhere where you can call home and you can come to when you need help. This is more than just a school, it's a community and a family. Since I graduated in 2008, I've kept myself pretty busy. I joined the Air Force in 2007 and spent 6 years creating memories that can never be replicated. I was open to so many more experiences between deployments and meeting distinguished visitors and things that can never be recreated. I graduated from Kent State University with a Bachelor's of Science in Hospitality Management and became a general manager at a local business franchise. I've also started a small hobby farm where I raise goats, chickens, and various other farm animals. Everything that I've done, every opportunity I've had,
is because of what I've learned while I was here at the Wellington School. Now, what does this mean for you? As graduating seniors, you will enter the next chapter of your lives. Never miss an opportunity. You'll be thrown in so many different directions, trying to discover who you really are. And college is the perfect gateway. There's so many new things to try and so many new people that you'll meet. Follow your heart and remember that everything that you've learned this far. You'll become the best possible version of yourself. You may end up loving something that you would never have thought to try, so always be open to new ideas. Wellington has given you all of the tools that you need. You just have to apply them. Remember, Wellington will always be your home no matter where life takes you. Believe in yourself and the sky's the limit. Congratulations, class of 2016. This is a huge milestone. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and congratulations to the members of the class of 2016. When I began at the Wellington School all the way back in 2003, I had no idea how great of a gift I was about to be given. I'm not talking about the physical gift of amazing hot lunches every day or class trips to Toronto or Philadelphia, but a kind of gift that can never be taken away from you. The significance of this hit me hard a few weeks ago. My other sister, Paige, Wellington class of 2012, graduated from High Point University. Congratulations to Paige and the several people from here who helped her get there, because we weren't sure she was going to make it, but she did. Those who know Paige know what I'm talking about. High Point University had invited former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice to be the commencement speaker, and her words of wisdom sincerely stuck with me. I'd like to share a few points with you, obviously because she's Condoleezza Rice. She said that the most precious gift one could be given is an education. She followed with this message: there are hundreds of thousands of people in this world that are just as smart as you, just as bright as you, and just as hardworking as you. For whatever reason, they were not afforded the gift you have been given. They might have come from a broken home or grew up in an area where education was not possible. As educated people, especially our generation, we must stop asking ourselves, why don't I have this, or why don't I have that, and instead ask ourselves, how is it that I have so much? From here on out in your life, challenges will happen, and always remember that you're one of the lucky ones, and your time and success at Wellington proves that. You have a family that obviously cares for you and sacrificed so you could attend a place as special as this. You've made lifelong relationships in this community that have prepared your heart and mind to take your next steps. You have an education that allows you to solve problems, communicate effectively, and achieve all the things in life that you want. Wellington truly better prepares you, which you'll discover in the coming months. Remember this gift of Wellington when those challenges appear. Like Condoleezza said, you really do have so much. Please take every opportunity just to do something with it. Everyone here is rooting for you. Thank you.
I now ask Sarah Berdar to come forward to lead us in the alma mater. The alma mater is printed in the back of the graduation program. One announcement before we close. Please join us for refreshments in the Thomas family dining room immediately following the recessional. We ask that families exit to your left straight into the dining room to meet the graduates. And now, class of 2016, we send you forth with our affection, our pride in who you are, and our eager anticipation of who you will become.
Have a fantastic summer. Do me a favor, just, you know,